Okay, so as I said before, welcome to Greyhawk. We have kind of been all over before the adventure even started. Um, Everyone somehow or another made your way through to a town in the north called Ritterstadt on the northern shores of Lake Quag. A very small town. Realistically, it's basically a watchtower, an inn, a blacksmith, and that's about it. A couple of homes for people to run various businesses of farming and what have you. Trade has been very big there, and that essentially has got us to where we are today. Your journey began on a on the cold, mist-shrouded shores of Lake Quag, in the bustling docks of Britishstad, under the watchful eyes of the Perrinland Margraves. Um, it was here that you kind of coalesced. Each of you, somehow or another, finding employ with a caravan heading south towards the Vesvi Forest. Um, the Perrinlands, although cold and desolate, it's steppes, uplands. So think of like terrains like high desert y, but very cold. Not much in the way of growth except for reeds and weeds, some grasses. No, very few trees. Lots of high winds, and it was a good place for those of you in your younger years to learn a trade, whether it be fighting or some order of the faith or some bowcraft, whatever it was that brought you from your native homes into this land to kind of make something out of yourself. You ended up here. Um, the caravan that you ended up getting hired by. It was a decent price, wasn't bad. 5 gold a day. You supply your own food for the most part. Nighttime drinks are, of course, doled out by the caravan master at the toll of one silver piece. Will get you 3 glasses of wine a night. So not too terribly bad for a bunch of freshmen. Um, you saw your way through the Perrinlands and some of the small villages that led your way down into the Vesmi Forest, seeing the elves stopping here and there to pick up and drop off trade items from Ritterstadt. You kind of got a grip of how big Owerth and the Flenesses really is. You've traveled probably about a week or two at that point, and then uh, as the caravan skirted the eastern edges of the Yaddle Mountains, the travel started to become grueling. Nights were spent huddled near fires, listening to nervous chatter of the other guards, who whispered of the Black Flame and strange disappearances in the hills and other kooky ghost stories that you tell the noobs to kind of get them freaked out. Um, a couple of the older guards try to get uh, Isolde and Rorik to go out on a snipe hunt in the middle of the Yaddle Mountains, and you thankfully declined, and nobody was lost. They were actually reprimanded for taking on such a dangerous joke in the middle of such treacherous terrain. Um, um, let's see here. Varinia, you being, or sorry, Varina. Is that how I pronounce your name?
Verena, yes. Sorry.
Awesome. Thank you. Verena, um, you coming from a noble house down in the main part of Perrinland, you were, of course, accompanied by your 3 counterparts. These people have been with you for ages and ages. I had their names here. Do I still? Let me see. Yes. You're accompanied by an elderly gentleman, probably about 50 years old. God, it's elderly. I'm sorry. I'm like 7 years away from that. He's not elderly. He's just coming into the prime of his life with a
Back
couple
in the day.
with a couple odds of pains and aches. Kalen the Quill Thorn. He's your basic. I would say your the one who reports to the family, also keeps track of any kind of valuable items you might peruse and what you could possibly do with them should you need them. He's also a valet, so he assists you with putting on and taking off your armor, and assisting to any livery you might have, horses or what have you. Currently, you don't have anything, and then he prepares your food for you at the end of the evenings. There's also old Marta, the groom. She's was required to accompany you by your mother, who has insisted that although you have taken on this ridiculous idea to become a paladin in the service of Foltus, you will still remain a lady by your mother's standards, and so old Marta is there to assist you with etiquette and the proper bearing for a young noble woman of a house of some decent standing. This is like you are like the best, the richest house in the town, but the town is like a farm town.
Yeah.
And then finally, there's Pip, a messenger, who's very quick at getting messages off to Ritterstadt or your where your family has taken up residence, and able to also take messages to any place you've been before. None of these guys, as you see, they're all like Pip is very young and spindly, probably about 13 or 14, so endless bounds of energy, no good in a fight. Kalen is is older and he's not any good in a fight. None of them will assist you with any fighting. And then, in fact, they've been with your family for so long, at least the first two, you wouldn't want to see anything bad happen to them, but they are more than happy to assist you. Let's see, moving into the current night that you took your first night on watch. It was a strange experience for you. During these quiet hours, the weight of the journey settled in. As you saw your newfound compatriots, Rorik and Gawain and Torwin, you're just barely getting to know, but each of you haven't really had a whole lot of chances to chit-chat just yet. You see the landscape shift from the rugged pines of the north to the fertile yet tense, increasingly tense lands of the Furiondi border. Finally, after about, I'd say, another week, the caravan turned southeast, passing through the gnarly forest, a place where the trees seem to watch with ancient, hungry eyes. This forest is old and full of dark, deep shadows that whatever may crawl behind the shade of those shadows, you would have no idea. But the whispers of what this forest contains is heard to be anything from the Fae folk who will take you into the night and you'll wake up when all of your loved ones are dead and you'll be old and decrepit, down to fairly serious and scary forest lions that will eat you as soon as look at you.
Jesus.
But you finally get... Go ahead.
No, she's just kind of like, she's like, wow, this is a dark place.
Just really quick, Jay Blur has been given inspiration, and so is Lindsay.
Take it.
Oh, thank you.
Lindsay, do you have
Okay.
a inspiration?
Okay.
I haven't done anything yet, but thank you.
Don't know what I did.
Oh, you did. Oh, no, they just give it to you because apparently they think I'm going to hurt you.
You will.
So, as you near the walled town of Narwhal, just outside of the coast of the Savage Coast, rather, the gates open up to this walled city as the caravan enters, and they the one from Ritterstadt is going to make their way to Castle Greyhawk, but they no longer need your services, as there is another person that seeks to talk to you, but that is for tomorrow. Tonight, you are got a fair bit of gold in your pocket. Everybody, please add. I would believe that would be 50 gold to your inventory, as you were paid by the caravan driver for safe passage all across the northern end of the Flyness. If you don't know how to add gold, let me know. He walks up to each of you, and it's fairly interesting. He has 5 little pouches of 50 gold. He walks up to Gawain, this massive 7.5, almost 8 foot tall Goliath. Blue skin and these bony outcrops from his skin, from his that are really well known from his clan of stone wardens in the. I believe was it the Yaddle Mountains, Gummy, or were you from the southern end of that?
I was from the southern end, but moved over to the Yaddle to train it a little bit.
Yeah. He walks up to you, he looks you in the eye, and you hold out your great big hand, and he just drops this what now looks like a very small pouch of gold into your hand, and he says, "Thanks. Appreciate the help and the lack of talking. It was really nice working with you. May Yondala keep you safe."
Yeah, good too.
Moving next, he sees Verena and Isolde standing next to each other, and he holds out 2 pouches for each of you. Well, I'm glad that, gold spent without having to fight is always better than not spending it and losing everything. And I appreciate the lookout, the help, and just the security you guys have given this caravan. I wish you the best of luck in all your endeavors, and may you find fruitfulness in your labors going forward from Narwhal. Thank you so much. And he hands you each a pouch of 50 gold.
The same to you, sir, and may your gods watch out for you and Fultus light your way.
Yeah. Same.
Kind of cocks an
Glad to
eyebrow
have
at
been
you.
helped.
Same, indeed. Well spoken, cleric. Must be an ecumenical sect of that religion.
I like raise an eyebrow at her, but just kind of like nod to him, like.
Moving on to Rorik and Torwin. He hands Rorik a pouch of 50 gold, and he says to you guys, "Keep swinging that sword with your right arm. It'll become stronger. I feel great things for all of you, all 5 of you. If I were you, I'd stick together. You'd make a good team. The other ones are in it for the gold, but you guys all watch each other's backs, and I really think the show of force is what kept us safe through the journey through the mountains. Thank you very much for your efforts, Mr. Rorik, and I hope to hear your name sung by the bards in the future."
I do not what I do for bards and songs and stories. It is the duty of the kingdom's knights.
And that is why the bards will sing your name. He looks down at you, Torwin. I won't pretend to have any sage words for a dwarf who has probably seen more years than I have, being only 30. But I know if I know anything, I know being a wizard is expensive, and your craft requires a lot of financial bolstering. And I wish I could do more, but here's your payment. And please seek out the power to save your friends, but don't covet the demonic voices and try to cast them forth onto the land. That's the realm of Ayas in the north, and we don't want to have another one of those, do we?
Dude, this gold is more than enough. I think you can see from the plate, dink dink, that I have seen many a horrors in my lifetime. I know how to keep myself safe and how to keep others safe, indeed.
You said horrors, right?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Okay, good. I was not wanting to. That must have been too much information. I've been on the road too long. My apologies.
Orin looks at him and has no idea what the hell he's talking about.
He gives a nod to each of you, and he drives his 2 wagons off to the livery to have them watered and refreshed for the evening. And you look to the left of the livery, and there's a fairly decent-sized tavern. 2 stories, several rooms at the top. You can smell wood smoke and meat cooking on the fire, and it's lit up very brightly. This is a town where it looks like you look at the walls that are about a foot to 2 feet thick of stone, and they look like they were fairly fortified. They don't have a care in the world just at this point.
I look to my. Oh,
I was just gonna say you
Go ahead.
also see that there's some shops around. There's a general store, a blacksmith, apothecary, but they're all closed for the evening. It being fairly late, about 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
I was just about to ask about that.
well, I'll look to my 3 companions that are usually with me, and Kaylin, Marta, Pip. We looking for somewhere to actually have a roof over our heads tonight?
Oh, that would be most pleasurable, madam. The road has been kind of hard on these old bones, and if I could not sleep on rocks for one evening, that would be amazing. My sciatica would really appreciate a soft bed and a comfy pillow, if you understand my meaning.
I very much do, and I'll kind of glance back to the group that's kind of clustered together now with everyone else and be like, so are we gonna stick together? That one guy on the caravan seemed to think that that was a smart idea, and I wouldn't mind the help, completely honest. First time out here.
Yes. The company will stay as a group. And this will be a suitable place to rest.
See Torwin scratching at his sheen white hair as he says, if it's your first time out here, then you're definitely going to need some protection. It's dangerous
Yeah,
out in these streets.
yeah, I've been training for a little while, but my family thinks I'm a bit foolish for leaving the city and coming out here, but I was getting a bit restless, to be quite honest. Let's go get some food in our system and we can get properly introduced to each other, because haven't met all of you yet.
Okay. So you all push forward into the tavern. The single door. As you open it, you're greeted with some warmth, as it is early spring. There's still a frost in the evening air. The days are very nice. As long as you're in it's those days like, where you're in the sun, it feels amazing. But then if you just walk into the shadow of a tree, it's like super cold automatically. So the nights bring on a chill, probably dipping down to the low 50s. Nothing you can't weather, and definitely nothing that you're not used to, Gawain. It's probably a balmy, sunny day for you. But for the rest of you, getting inside with the fire, the fireplace is built into the wall. It's probably about 4 feet wide by about 5 feet tall. It's a very large fireplace for this size of a room, and you can see that it definitely heats the entire place. You see several humans of various types, all at separate tables in groups of 2s and 3s, sharing drinks. Some of them are laughing and kind of engaging in an evening of some lighthearted banter after a good day at work, in the office of their counting house, or their brokerage of farming materials, or what have you. There's also a fair amount of logging businesses involved here because of the closeness to the gnarly forest. You see that there's a good amount of farm hands here as well. You could tell from their clothes being a bit more worn and threadbare. The colors have faded a little bit, but also at the same side, it seems that each of their backs and their arms are kind of like testing the limits of the stretchability of their fabric, as the day's work has kind of made them acclimate to the hard labor. Behind the bar, you see a man with a shock of black hair at the top of his head that kind of funnels down into a pointed beard and a very thin, pencil-thin mustache. His eyes kind of dart from here to there as he's helping people, serving them ale, serving them wine, the occasional dip under the back part of the bar to grab the bottle of spirits that one person might request or another, and a couple of barmaids floating around the tables bringing food or bread or drinks, what have you, to the local area.
Well, yeah. And then look around. Should we find a table? Is it super crowded? Is there any open tables?
I would say it's
Like
about
big
half
enough for our whole
capacity.
group? Okay.
There's definitely a table big enough for 5.
Okay. I'll
You
make
see,
my way over.
There's a table that's just right inside the door, about 5 paces from the door. There's one like a booth that's in the back left side of the tavern, kind of in darker lighting, being removed from the center fireplace and some of the lanterns, and then a couple of seats at the bar, about 5 stools at the bar that are wide open as well.
Point at the booth immediately, as it's not close to the fire.
Oh, yeah, let's head back that way. And then, I follow him after he grunts, just kind of like, I keep trying to read him, like, is he mad or like, I don't know.
I'm gonna take off my wolf like belt because it's hot in this place, and grab a chair from somewhere else so I can sit, not in the booth because booths are constricting to big guys. They're not made for us.
No.
So I'm gonna grab an empty chair from one of the tables and I'm gonna put it in there, at the edge.
Are you going to do the Commander Riker one step over, sit on the chair backwards, or going to sit on it normally?
I'm gonna sit on it normally. So I'm gonna hang my I'm gonna fold my cloak behind it as padding.
Okay. What does your cloak look like, Gawain?
It's like a giant, dark direwolf belt.
Okay.
It was
You see as he kind of like takes this massive cloak off. He only takes it off. Well, he hasn't this whole journey, sleeping in it, walking in it, and then he finally takes it off, folds it very reverently, places it over the back of the chair, and you can see there was great detail taken to preserve the head of the direwolf on the cloak, as well as it kind of hangs over his shoulder, right around his right breast area, giving it this really savage and feral look to it. But the fur itself looks soft, and it's probably the only his most treasured item at this point. So he takes great care in placing it down.
Beautiful cloak.
When was that when was that thing washed last?
why would wash cloak? Must
It
smell
was-
like animal, so animal don't smell me.
Date. Okay, so, and we're all seated down at this point, I assume. So, refreshments, water, coffee, tea.
After that journey, glass of wine. At least one. I don't want to get drunk, but relax. Absolutely.
As you look around, Verena, you see
Aaron.
one of the barmaids kind of see you, and she just pulls up just a second. I'll be right there.
So, how or why were you all on your own journeys? What brought you here? Or maybe start with names first. I don't know if we've met too much yet.
There's been a couple of moments in the travel down to, share a couple of sentences here and there. Definitely not enough for a conversation, as every time you being so new, like when you're really new to a job, you're wanting to do that job really well. So like you're like super on your guard, super ready with your weapons. Any little sound that happens, you're grabbing at your sword, or you're pulling out your bow, readying a spell on your lips, whatever your way of combat would be. So getting here is actually the first moment of actual no duties, no cares. You can just relax that you've had since meeting each other.
I understand if you do not remember, but I introduced myself as Rorik Corsilius.
Pleasure to meet you, Warwick. I'm Verena Soulcrest. Nice to meet you. And you all? I turned to everyone else.
Corwin seems very stiff and rigid, despite the relaxing nature of the environment. He seems pretty tense, still like vigilant and on guard as he folds his hand to the table and he says, "My name's Torwin. I started this journey just trying to find someplace safe in this world and quickly discovered that there aren't that many. Nevertheless, I've decided that investigating and making sure I understand what's going on, as well as learning how to protect myself out in these dangerous fields, would be the best.
That is good. Learning how to protect oneself is most important. Do you not belong to a house or a family, Torvin?
I used to. I haven't heard from them in a much long time. I can't recall. I stopped counting after, I think, 50 decades.
I see.
Rorik, will you please roll me just a perception check, please? For the first dice roll of the campaign.
Let's make it a good one.
That is a good
So
one.
much.
That is a good one, my friend. There you
I'm
go.
sorry, Gummy, will you please not? Jay, could you please roll me?
Yeah, Gummy, you claimed the wrong character. Could you?
My bad. Let me stop over. My bad. I like the accent too much. I want to be a part of it.
So looking the dwarf up and down, you don't really notice anything different. It's robes and probably the faint smell of some stale spell components. I can't imagine that, the components you use to make magic in this world would smell very, effervescent. So as he's talking, you just see a stalwart dwarf standing about 4.5 feet tall. Picture does him justice here. That's it.
Does he have a shield, Cloud?
Does he have a shield? I
No.
don't believe so. No.
So, as a response to him saying, trying to learn to protect himself, I'm gonna say, you should get shield. Shield can
they're-
protect yourself.
They're a bit heavy.
It's very important. Get stronger.
Well, strength is not my area of expertise. I'm much more for, the arcane forces.
But stronger is for everyone. Need strength to carry stuff. Need strength to carry a shield.
Gawain.
I've got all I need right here. As he just kind of presents a small piece of paper that has like some runes on it, presumably spells, but it's just one piece of paper. It's not even like a full book.
Gawain, will you please roll me a perception check?
You are the academic type. I see.
Oh, this is interesting. So with a 17, as Rorik begins to kind of poke politely into some of the professions or the specializations of Torwin, you notice something. You see as he kind of talks, his robes move, and there's a slight clanking sound. You look closer and you see he's wearing chainmail armor. You can just see underneath his robes the sleeves of the chainmail poking out. You also notice that he has a decent-sized bag strapped to his belt, a pouch rather, where the smell is coming from. Most likely his component pouch, but very little to nothing else, except for the paper. The paper itself looks like it was ripped from a book and then written very carefully upon, as if it was the only piece that the writer had and couldn't afford to make a mistake. But you cannot make out the words.
Paper not gonna help you. At least you're smart enough to wear armor. Haven't forgotten your dwarven ways. But still, need shield. Get stronger.
I was, let's say, coerced into making sure I could don armor. As in my clan, they really didn't approve of more, let's say, spiritual or untraditional dwarven ways. It's part of the reason why I started the journey in the first place.
But we will not pry too much into your personal business. But go in. Right. It has valid point, and if you are looking to survive out in the wild, then protecting yourself is the utmost importance. And if you have the time of day, I can train you to wield the shield. It is very useful.
We'll have to see about that. These old arms aren't what they used to be.
No, you don't need training to hold shield. You just hold shield.
Wait, but it's not as simple as that, Gavin. There's this technique, there is a practice
Yes,
that is involved.
you get shield big enough to cover yourself, and you get shield big enough to cover the person next to you.
Standing
But
behind
they
you at this
cannot be.
point is
We're just going back and forth.
a very tall woman, long blonde hair in two braids, kind of wrapped into a bun, carrying a tray, wearing very modest clothing. Her hands have the red color to it, like she's been a scullery maid, and she's kind of done both the waitressing and the back of the kitchen type duties. She walks and she goes, "Okay, sorry, loves. A little busy tonight. What can I get you? You give me some food? You want some drinks? Room to stay the night? What's your pleasure?"
Yes.
A bit of all of the above, I think, is what we're looking for.
Wonderful,
Thank you.
wonderful. You come in with the caravan, did you?
We
Yes.
did.
Oh, that's lovely. Always nice to get folks from out of town. What's your pleasure? Meat, fish, or chicken? Poultry.
Meat.
Well, I'm with Gwen. I'll go with the meat. Or beef, would it be? Because chicken.
Yeah, no, it's pork, but boar. It's boar.
Oh,
Fresh
then
caught in the
yes.
forest.
I'll go with that.
Well, we have some lovely fare tonight. There's a gnarly boar roast. Like as I said, boar caught in the gnarly forest. Dispatched fairly
thought
quick.
it was a surfer.
Yeah.
Entirely.
Dispatched fairly humanely. I think it was yesterday. So meat's still just finished depositing its liquid refuse onto the butcher slaughterhouse floor, and has been set upon the fires tonight. We also have a coast stew with some venison, smoked salt pork, dried mushrooms. I believe that some of the fishermen have a lake perch that we have fried, and then if you're into more of a poultry lighter fare, there's a lovely Moor hen spit roasted with a white wine sauce. Very light, very good. The boar will be 8 silver, bird will be 6 silver, and the other 2 5.
I will have stew and pork. Pork.
All right, remove me a gold and 3 silver.
I don't have silver, so I'm just gonna remove 2 golds
Yeah,
because I'm gonna get some L.
Okay. Um, the rest of you?
I'll get a thing of the boar, the stew, and a glass of wine, if you would please.
Sorry, remove 2 gold from your inventory.
Perfect.
And
Or one with like water. At
water.
the
Okay. That's it.
Yep.
Well,
Water.
you can't have just water, even if you aren't one of the stronger types. Your brain still needs fuel.
She speaks
I
true.
won't
Dor.
I'll tell you what. I'll bring you some bread and cheese. How about that?
If you would be so kind to, I would much appreciate it.
That won't be a problem. Won't be a problem at all. Nobody's going hungry on my watch. The rest of you.
I will have something lean. The fish, perhaps.
Oh, okay. The perch. Wonderful. Okay. I will warn you, it's a little on the salty end of things. It being cured in salt, so might want to purchase an ale or some water to go with it. And you, the last one. Sorry. That was.
So Isolde's just gonna come up behind the waitress. She's already got like 5 flagons of ale, like carrying like a pro bartender. And she just starts shooting them down the table to everybody. It's like, okay, I got what I could. Is this going to be enough for everybody? I was like, I know you're probably hungry. I know I'm hungry. Oh, sorry. Were you guys taking your food order already? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I got a beer for me because that's what I like. But what do you guys like? This is, I mean, just whatever they could get. I just flashed some ankle at the guy behind the bar, and he was like, "Yeah, here you go." So I just grabbed what I could and I brought it back. And so, I'll have the stew. That sounded so good.
As you say that, you see the waitress kind of like get this very stuffy look as you start mention Flash the ankle you just gave to. So he did he? Well, I'll have to have a word with my husband about giving away free drinks. That, my dear, will be 2 silver for 5 ales. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
sure. Yeah. I mean, I was going to open a tab and everything, but I mean, he just said, "Here you go, sweetheart." And I was like, "Okay, thank you." And so here I am.
We don't allow Joffrey to open tabs anymore, especially to ladies of the less modest type. Flashing ankles, I say.
Less modest type. That's disrespectful. It's flashing an ankle.
My apologies.
No, it's not all your fault. He's a man with wandering eyes and has no respect or loyalty for those who love him.
You should beat him.
I should beat him.
I mean,
Do
he's
you
got a
need
point.
my help?
I believe I can handle myself. Joffrey is a simpleton, and while he's a good worker, he's a bit lackadaisical when it comes to his dalliances. I apologize if you were at all embarrassed, and for my attitude as well. Yes, it'll be one silver piece for the lot of the ales. I have your money for. You want what did you order, dear? I apologize.
Oh, I was just going to try the stew. That sounded delicious.
Wonderful.
If it's not too much trouble.
No, I'm sure that Joffrey wouldn't mind paying for that himself.
Oh, okay. Even better.
Right. I'll be right back with your food and victuals, and of course your bread and cheese, sir. Be right back. And she stomps very loudly off towards the bar. Like she passes the kitchen door, doesn't put in the order or anything. She just stomps up, and you hear, and you just see this Joffrey just look up and smile, "Honey," and then just as she starts yelling, and he just,
She is ferocious like a Goliath woman.
Well, no, yeah. Well, I guess I didn't think about it like that. No. I see how that's embarrassing. Oh, I should keep my voice down. I should keep my voice down. You're absolutely. And you can't hear anything more after that. Shortly thereafter, about 10 minutes or so, your food is brought to you, and you will begin to eat. We are going to take our first 5-minute break and come back with the remainder of the evening.
Okie doke.
Go.
All right, folks. Go ahead and stretch your legs, get up, do what you got to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna go drain them out, if you know what I mean.
What?
Yeah. I'll be right back. What a plot twist. I must say, Lindsay, that was an amazing entrance.
Can't
I
speak
don't
by
think
the
I
whole time.
I don't think I could have scripted one better myself.
Okay. Wait, how's she gonna introduce herself to the crew? Chaos. Just chaos.
Did you give your character chaotic alignment?
No. Just
That's even funnier.
personality.
That's not chaotic. That's just social.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't have charisma, so I gotta make it up for her in other ways.
I have no charisma either. I have a -1.
I also have a -1.
Oh God.
It's the Rizless group.
That's why I had to ask. I was gonna ask Cloud about it later, but not Chris.
It's my
About
charisma.
because he said that there was a -1, but I was just wondering what it was.
Yeah.
But from the point buy, so I'm wondering if it was like maybe like one less point on the point buy because.
I think it's from your species / your
Yeah.
race. I think that there was probably some stipulation that he forgot to include, like he was saying, that it
Oh,
gives you a
gotcha.
penalty.
I gotta ask him about that point then, if the point buy, because then that means I would have one more point. I'm wondering if I would put it somewhere else, if it, because that takes up the point that I put into the point buy, right?
It doesn't
Or
give
does it
you
like
an
take
extra.
away?
It's just a minus, like flat. It doesn't affect
Got
the
it.
point distribution at all.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, my charisma, I need that up. I
Yeah, you
need
know how like
higher.
species give you like a +2 and a +1 to stuff usually.
Oh yeah.
It's like
No,
that,
Right.
but
That,
some of
yeah.
these species he made extra powerful, so he gave them like a boon and a bane essentially.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
that's how I have heavy armor as a wizard. I've got
Oh yeah, because
a
of the
minus
dwarf.
to I think it's I forget, but I've got a minus to something. But great, I get armor. It's my dex. I've got a minus to dex.
Goodness.
I used all my money to buy my armor, which is why I don't have a spellbook and I just have a single piece of paper.
What are they showing on the stream?
I don't know. I want to question it.
Hippopotamus. I'm a hippopotamus.
Just
Oh, none of my business. That's loving it though.
checks out.
I don't.
Beep.
How do I interact with it?
Hold on.
Bing bonk.
Oh, it's this. It popped up something in the middle of my screen and then displayed it in chat.
Yep.